I consider myself a lucky boy.
Roy, I know that you are the most famous plastic surgeon in Italy.
I think that changed almost everything, especially in reconstructive.
Doctor and doctor is the ideal couple or
It's a terrible connection. It's a terrible connection.
What is not boring for you? What is your new girlfriend is doing?
All the actors and actresses are not in balance with themselves. No one.
Are they also hate each other?
Because they are stupid. They are stupid.
Did you pick up something from the Russian surgeons?
I think that all the Russian surgeons must give a great thanks to Olga Zasayeva.
Thank you. Dear Roy, I'm so happy to see you once again in Moscow. We haven't seen each other for a while.
I'm happy to be here again. You know, I love your country. I love to be here. And Moscow is a wonderful town. Actually, it's a mess, you know, the traffic and everything. But it's really a wonderful town. And I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much that you came and you are sharing your experience, your knowledge with the plastic and reconstructive surgery. In this decade, what happened in the plastic surgery? What changed your practice?
I think that changed almost everything, especially in reconstructive, you know, because we moved to end of 2017, in my experience. I moved, I'm talking about breast reconstruction, from retropectoral positioning in 2 stages in DTI, it means direct to implant, and definitely implant immediately, and pre-pack positioning. Then changed everything, not only for us, also for the patients, because we can say today that the reconstructive procedure are much more like aesthetic procedure. We are able to give to our patients results that some years ago was not possible to think even. It's really something unbelievable that is changed.
I remember when we had the courses with the Russian doctors in your clinic, it was like 2-stage breast reconstruction, which was more precise.
Exactly. But why? Because on the market arrived the ADM. And then with this new device, we are able to do the DTI. Then we decided to go to break a dogma that is to cover the implant in some way. And we break the dogma and we moved from retropectoral to prepectoral.
Because of the mesh?
No, without mesh, just with implant, with pollutant implant. And that's changed completely the final results. And also the feeling for women is much more natural. It's not painful. It's not so tight. The results are really unbelievable.
So this means you came from 2 surgeries to 1 surgery, which is much more convenient for the patients.
Yeah. From all points of view, but also for the hospital, you know. We did an economical analysis. We saw that also if you use an ADM that is very expensive, 1 stage is less expensive than 2 stages. Considering everything, considering the OR, admissions, and all the things that you have to do. Yeah.
So does it mean that you made a new national guidelines, or it's just depending on the clinic?
No.
Or from the doctor?
No, it depends. It still depends from the doctor, but everyone actually is moving towards the 1 stage. All over the world, they are moving to. Also because if you see the results of people like me that do the 1 stage since many years, and you see how so beautiful that you want to change, you want to have the same.
Yeah. How many patients now you have with this new strategy?
A lot. Actually, with pollutant, we crossed the 1,000 patients, but I do also with ADM on pre-pack, it means it's 1,500 now.
Oh, okay.
A lot.
Okay, a lot. Roy, you are one of the few European plastic surgeons who are always invited to the American Society meetings, American congresses. It's a unique situation because I know that it's different schools and probably which school is better? Maybe it's too simple question, but is it a big difference between US school, Asian school, European school in terms of plastic reconstructive surgery?
I think that in our world with this globalization, everything is in contact. I remember when I went the first time in US was 1969. I was a boy and with my parents. I was in New York And I was a kid, but anyway, it was a dream, everything was different. They have things that we didn't know. No, we didn't know that they exist actually.
Yeah.
Like a small radio system, so
Yeah.
small that we had the radio system, but the smallest was this big.
Yeah.
Then it was different. Now with globalization, everything is at the same moment is all over the world. Then I don't think that in terms of technique, there is a school that is behind the other one or forward the other one. But in US, talking about breast surgery, US had a great problem to have 16 years of moratorium about the silicone gel implants.
Yes.
But they consider themselves the best, the leader in the world. We can say now, not anymore. Not anymore. That's why they call me, and not only me, but other friends, other European friends. Yeah, there is Pat Malucci. Pat goes very often to US. The problem is that our results are very, very beautiful. And
Natural.
natural. And they are surprising about that. But they are curious. They want to know what we do.
Yeah.
How
it's possible.
we are able to do that. It's very interesting. It's funny because it's changed. The time in which the US were the leader is not true anymore.
Roy, I know that you are the most famous plastic surgeon in Italy. How do you survive with such kind to be very well known?
But now probably at the beginning it's funny, but it's also tough because the people ask for pictures, photographs, and yes. Then because I did some TV shows, and my ex-girlfriend was a very famous actress. In some way, I was on magazines and for gossip reasons also, not only for my job. It becomes normal. Also, the people see you like a person of family. When it comes for consultation, I introduce myself. They come for the first time in my office. They say, "I know you very well. You don't know me. You don't know me, but I know you very well."
So they follow you.
Yeah.
They follow you. Private question. What do you think to be successful, to gain the certain range of success in your profession, in your specialty? Is it important to have a family or it's easier to be alone?
I think that nobody can live in a right way alone. You need to share your life in some way. The problem is to live close to a doctor's because we don't have Sunday, holidays, Easter's, Christmas. Especially when you are young.
Yeah.
You are obliged to be available in every single moment. You can have complication. You can have problem if you work in hospital.
Night duties.
Exactly. If you work in hospital, you have night duties, and then I think it's for a woman it's not easy to live close to a doctor's. But I think that it's very important to have a nice woman close to you, or if you are a lady doctor, a nice guy that can understand what you do.
Yeah, so it's not easy.
Not easy.
To find the right partner.
No, very difficult.
Yeah. You had an ex-girlfriend who was an actress. Did you lose when you split? Connection to the society?
When I start my relationship with her,
she already was famous.
She was very famous. I was so famous.
Okay.
I was just a doctor, but not so famous. Then I started to be famous. Me too. And I had my TV show. And then actually I didn't lose anything when I finished my relationship. But I think that our job is a very ancient job that lives on word of mouth. Patients that are satisfied, that gives you the possibility to have more patients. Then it's not what you do in your life. Otherwise, you lose everything in 1 second. If you build in the right way your career and you are a good surgeon and you do your job properly, I don't think that your relationship can influence the quality or the value of your job.
What do you think? The doctor and doctor is the ideal couple, or for doctor?
It's a terrible connection. I think it's a terrible connection because I love my job. Outside the hospital, outside my clinic, I don't talk about plastic
Medicine.
surgery, but about medicine generally. I don't know. We are somewhere with my new girlfriend. Say, have you seen how she was treated in a bad way? No, sorry, I don't know. I didn't see. I don't know if I turn. I don't know. As she's dressed, I don't know anything. I don't see. I don't observe. I see, but I don't observe.
Yeah.
Then I think that if you are obliged to talk of your job, because finally you talk about what you do every day, and both do the same job, I think is a terrible connection.
Yeah.
It's boring.
It's boring. But then, okay, what is not boring for you? What is your new girlfriend is doing? How you spend your free time out of OR?
But with friends, usually with friends, and my new girlfriend, I stay in the spectacle anyway, in entertainment. Yeah. But I moved from front camera to back camera. My new girlfriend is a movie producer, and she is a wonderful lady, very, from a psychological point of view, is fantastic. She's so in balance with herself, you know. All the actors and actresses are not in balance with themselves. No one.
Because they should express themselves.
It's the kind of their job that doesn't allow them to be in balance, you know. And then that's a problem for the people who live
Who's around.
Yeah, exactly. We were in Rome, and there was a dinner organized by Raffaella because she is a distributor of the Martin Scorsese movie for the 10 nomination to the Oscars. In my table, there were Martin Scorsese, Paolo Sorrentino, the great beauty, and then Marco Bellocchio was another very famous actor, art director, and then Pier Francesco Favino is a very famous Italian actor, is international. You know, my table was plenty of these famous people.
How do they communicate? Because I have seen that communication between the plastic surgeons, especially for, let's say, from one country, is difficult. Sometimes is a competition. So how about these famous film producers? Are they also hate each other, sort of?
But I think yes, it's the same. All jobs are the same.
Yeah.
Jealousy, what you are able to do. I did this, you are not able to do it. Yes. I think the jealousy is the same in all jobs.
Yeah. Would you like to maybe to write a scenario about the plastic surgeon? You will write a scenario to make a movie.
They asked me to yes, but I don't think it's so interesting actually.
Why?
How
you deal?
It's nothing special. You can.
It's for you. It's nothing special, but for people who want to decide to do the surgery, maybe they expect more than in reality you could do as a plastic surgeon. I think this is
true.
This is important. This is important to explain to them, to show to them your expectation of the patient should not be in a sort of ability of the doctor to do it.
Do you know, I'm very discouraged by the people, because I thought in the past that there were a lot of stupid people in the world. Now with social media, I realized that my expectation were underestimated. There are much more stupid people. And now we know also their names, how they are called. You know, in Italy, a young lady died for silicone injection made by a queer lady that worked as transgender in a nightclub. Can you imagine how it's possible?
No.
I don't, you must be stupid to do that. Then she died, but she did something that was for normal people is impossible to think, you know.
It's happened the same in Russia
because they
as
are
well.
stupid. They are stupid. There's
no
other
Is
it
because
answer.
they want to have it cheap? They don't want to go to
Probably, yes.
Because otherwise
they look for a cheaper price.
Yeah.
They think they are buying industrial product. I mean, if you look for the iPhone and you look for the one that costs €100 less, it's okay because they are made in the same place. They are all identical. Not for surgery. Yeah. Surgery is an art craft. It's like cuisine, you know. You cook. If you cook, and we do with the same pots, with the same ingredients, the same recipe will be different, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's something that goes through our hands and the experience, and everything is different. The final test will be different, and the surgery is the same. I think that people doesn't understand this aspect. They think to buy a television or a cellular phone. It's not true.
Right. I know that you have son, and my son and your son are almost the same age. And I remember our discussion in St. Petersburg a long time ago when I asked you, would you like your son to be a surgeon? Because then you could give him all knowledge which you have in your hands.
And I said no.
Yeah, and you say no for never. And when I asked you why, because it was a big surprise for me, I still think that when it's like from family to family, it's like you could build the generation of the good doctor. You told me a very interesting thing which I never ever thought about, and this now I am actually always thinking about this. You told me that the price which doctor pay for to have the responsibility is very high, and it's never will be covered by any salary. So in that case, it's like the
balance.
The
balance. But I think that I consider myself a lucky boy, because my dreams were very important, but I crossed in unbelievable way. Maybe I wanted to be a quite famous Italian plastic surgeon, and now I'm very well known all over the world. Yeah. Probably is my capability, but it's not enough. You need to have some lucky moment that can clutch together to give you the opportunity. But it's not only for this. I think that, especially in Italy, I don't know here, but in Italy, the salary are very low, your responsibility are very high, your study pathway is so long, 11 years before to start to do something. If you do economy, after 4 years you took your degree and you can start to work. After 11 years, you don't know almost anything about your job. And then I think that is a very ancient job, especially that is not recognized by the people. Because once there was some prestige
of the
around,
white,
around a white coat. Not anymore. And that probably is also our fault. I think is...
so we make it easy for the patients so they don't appreciate what doctor is doing for them, or it's just a new generation mentality.
Yes, I think it's a new generation. Yeah, you know, we live in a world that change every day. If you go and check what we did 10 years ago was completely different. The way the way in which we thought 10 years ago is different from now. No? Then you have to adapt yourself, and I think that that's the most difficult thing to do when you grow up.
Yeah. You always come and present during the Moscow breast meeting, during the meeting which we run in St. Petersburg some times ago, but you also listen to the Russian doctors.
Yeah.
Did you pick up something from the Russian surgeons, or you say, okay, I will never ever will do it in such way?
What I can tell you, according to what I saw today, the quality is improved a lot.
Super.
It means that the people that are involved in the meeting are people that love the educational, that looks around, that go and see what the great surgeons do around the world, how they are able to get that results, and they try to emulate. And I must say that I have seen today a wonderful surgery made by Aziz. Wonderful surgery. The results on the table was fantastic. May I say something more? I think that all the Russian surgeons must be give a great thanks to Olga Zazayeva.
Thank you.
Yes, it's true, because you organized, you did on your shoulder something that usually is made by other people, not by a huge distributor, but by surgeons, by companies. Yeah. And you do since many years. Now it's 10 years, 9 to this year, 10 the next. You did and are doing a wonderful job, very precious for them, and I think that they understood better. When I arrived in room this morning, And I saw so many people, because we're almost 300 this morning. And I think that it's your personal success. Many compliments.
Thank you very much. Roy, I must tell you that I know that you play golf. And I know that it's very hot in Italy during the summertime. And I think that the best place for you to play golf in summer, it's Moscow.
Really?
Because we have now a lot of good, really good golf country clubs. So I invite you to investigate.
With great pleasure. It's my passion. All my free time I spend on a golf course to play. It's
so
wonderful.
now you have another place, cool one.
Great.
cool one. And the second we planned for next year, the Moscow breast meeting number 10, which is I think is a very good number. What do you think will be the most interesting for the doctors to listen in 1 year? What is your suggestion?
That's difficult to say. It's very difficult. But it's like a child that grew up every day, every year, but you don't realize because you are close to him or to her. It's just along the time that you turn, you see a picture, you say, how big is it? Or if someone comes from outside, say, oh, it's so big now. It's difficult to say for us because we live so close to this child.
Okay, thank you very much. So hope to see you next year in Moscow.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.